Yeah. What up, Fight World? Your boy Ego. Oh shit. What's up, Fight World? Eddie Hearns. Yeah, man, we out here working. Man, I'm in the building. Hold on. Yeah, I can't stay too long because the fight's tonight. I got to pick up my credential and stuff. Man, Eddie Hearns. Oh my gosh, new media, man. Hold on, look at the view. The bed's messy. Look at that view, man. When you live in this boss life, just look. You got the sheets all fucked up. Staring at the world. Oh my gosh. Shout out to Vegas. Can y'all see that? The world is yours, Chico. Huh? Okay. The world is yours, Chico. All I have is my word and my balls. Listen. Anyway, let's smash the like button. We got to talk about this situation. Eddie Hearns. Yeah, smash the like button because this is not going to be too long. Oh my gosh. Listen, I don't want it, like, in the words of my favorite fighter, Roy Jones, I don't want to hear nothing else. Don't tell me shit. We already, 2019 just started and we already beat this year. New media. I told you, digital mob. We did this already. Listen, I'm gonna let y'all listen to it and then we'll talk about it. How about that? This plan from Barry Hearn, Eddie Hearns has backfired unbelievably. I'm gonna play it for you and we'll talk about it. Fair? Once again, I play it for you, then we talk about it. Everybody smash the like button because this is not gonna be a long stream, so we gotta jump straight to it. Y'all ready? If y'all want to hear this, can I get a hell yeah? Listen. If y'all want to see how new media came and killed the game, can I get a hell yeah? Y'all gotta wake the fuck up. I need more than that. Y'all gotta hype me up. I've been working for y'all. And once again, new media prevails. Glorious, isn't it?
All right, let's talk about Anthony Joshua. You have said for the last couple of months he was going to fight in April at Wembley Stadium. You reserved that tape. It's become abundantly clear that Deontay Wilder, that's not going to happen, at least not in April. What's the latest with Anthony Joshua?
Yeah, there's radio silence from Wilder. Fury, we're talking. Dillian White, we're talking. Part of me would love to see Anthony Joshua.
Dillian White seems a tad unhappy with you right now.
Yeah, he is because, he's got his price tag. Anthony's got the price tag he wants to pay. It's a voluntary shot for Dillian White. Part of me would love to see Anthony Joshua come to the States. JARREL, big baby.
Hold on.
Creeping in the top five.
See, Eddie be fast talking. Hold up. Eddie be fast talking. So the question, or the response was, Dillian White seems a bit unhappy with you, and he acknowledged he is, because he has his price tag. And AJ has his price tag. Then out of nowhere, Eddie Hearn says, "Part of me wants to see AJ come to America." You might as well just announce Gerald Big Baby Miller, bro. What do you like? What did that have to do with Dillian White? Like in the midst of talking about Dillian White, you said, "Part of me wants to see." Like you're not even lying, like or whatever it's called. You're not even like hiding it good.
He is because, he's got his price tag. Anthony's got the price tag he wants to pay. It's a voluntary shot for Dillian White. Part of me would love to see Anthony Joshua come to the States.
Like where did that come from? Okay,
Real
so
Big Baby Miller. He's creeping in
hold
the
on,
top
hold on, hold
five
on,
right
hold on.
now.
I'm
His
trying
price
to,
tag.
because Ed be talking fast. Ed be quick with it. So I'm trying to get y'all to understand where I'm coming from. So Chris Mannix said, "Yo, Dillian White seems a tad bit mad with you," and he said he is. Dillian White has his price tag, and AJ has the price he wants to pay him. Part of me wants to see AJ fight in America. What? Where did that even come from? Like the America? I thought y'all was talking about Dillian White. See, that's how you know.
Anthony's got the price tag he wants to pay. It's a voluntary shot for Dillian White.
Switch
Part of me
gears.
would love to see Anthony Joshua come to the States. JARREL, Big Baby Miller, he's creeping in the top five right now. He's making some noise in America, been on the DAZN for a while. To be a global star, at some point, you have to fight in America. And to see Anthony Joshua fill up Madison Square Garden with 21, 22,000 people, that's a real statement of intent for a world heavyweight champion, for a Brit especially. So we'll see what happens. I think you'll get a decision next week. For me, if he can't get Wilder or Fury or Dillian, he must come to America, and JARREL would be at the front of that queue. But don't be surprised to see Anthony Joshua on DAZN in June against Big Baby Miller in this very building.
You think Big Baby Miller right now is the front runner?
Not necessarily. He's not Anthony Joshua's first choice, but I know he's ready. And I know he's one of the few guys who won't outprice himself in this fight. He believes he can beat Anthony Joshua. As I said, for a unified heavyweight champion, a Brit, to come to New York and beat a New Yorker in his backyard at this amazing place is a hell of a statement. But Joshua's 100% focus is to fight Deontay Wilder. If he doesn't want it, we look at the other options.
Hey, I'm done, bro. Clout chasing at its finest. Okay, listen. There's so many things to unpack. You just said in 1,000 interviews that Wilder's not responding to your email. He's not responding. You said he went radio silent on this. Why do you keep saying Wilder, but then you just said you should have a decision by next week? It's clearly not going to be Wilder if he's radio silent. He's not answering your calls. He's ghosted you. That doesn't even make sense. How are we going to get a decision next week? How are you going to negotiate? You couldn't negotiate Wilder all of 2018, the Wilder fight. Now you're going to negotiate Wilder in a week, and you said he hasn't even responded to you. Then you said we should get a decision next week, and you keep name dropping Tyson Fury. Oh, we're in talks with Tyson Fury, right? We're in talks with Tyson Fury, but the world knows that the WBC has ordered Wilder Fury 2. The world knows that Frank Warren just did an interview and said they tried to backdoor us, and they went through Tyson Fury directly, and we're one team, and the offer is supposed to come to us. We're his management. That's not how offers are made. And besides that, we seen the offer, and it was derisory. So basically, it was a shit offer. The same thing Dillian White's complaining about. Dillian White is in the same city as me right now. He's a UK fighter, and he's in Las Vegas. He's going to be at Broner Pacquiao alongside with me and everybody else that's there, right? And you keep name dropping all these people. You're like the jig is up. Like you're better off just saying, hey. And then see the thing that I can't get with is like Eddie Hearns be trying to do like the most. We got to get them likes up though. Smash the like button. He be trying to do the most in the terms of the Chris Mannix asked you, so you would say Gerald Big Baby Miller is the front runner. And he says, oh, not necessarily. Stop play. How are we going to get it? Like, why did you even do that? Drake? Like, you're gonna give us an answer of who Joshua's fighting next week, and everybody else that is mentioned that you're mentioning is mad at AJ or you, but you're gonna make those fights happen in a week. Come on, like you're the jig is up. You're better off just saying, Tiger, Tiger, Tiger. You're better off just saying. Sorry, I had to get Soldier Boy for a minute. I'm just saying, Tiger, Tiger. You're better off. Well, he just asked you a straightforward. That's what I'm saying. Eddie Hearns can't even answer the straightforward question. So everything you said, man, I got that Draco, man. I'm Big Draco. It sounds like everything you're saying, all roads lead to Miller. Then they ask you about, hey, is Gerald Big Baby Miller the front runner? And you say not necessarily. Miller? Miller? Tiger? The fuck? Listen, why not? Why? That's what I'm saying. Why even do that? Why not? Why not just say, yes, Miller is the front runner? Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like he is truly the front runner. But that's what I'm saying. That I don't know if he's embarrassed, but that sounds like that. And he's like, oh, it's not AJ's first choice. But how come you can't line up AJ's first choice? You can't line like he keep everyone let Eddie Hearns and AJ and all them tell it. The guys he keeps fighting is not his first choice. AJ was had a black do rag in a white vehicle with a black male in the driver's seat. He was in the past, and and AJ was like, "Oh, I'm not worried about Povetkin. I don't want to fight Povetkin. It's mad. I want to fight Wilder. I'm not. I don't too much want to fight Povetkin." And then he fought Povetkin. And then the DAZN employee Chris Mannix is asking you a direct question on, I would say national TV, but national streaming app, I guess is the better way to put it, right? And he says, so Miller's is the front runner, I guess you could say. And then he talking about, no, not necessarily. All right, bro. Just say Miller's the dude, like, or the front runner. You don't have to give it up if the negotiations are still going on. I told you, new media, we put that fucking work in, and we've been doing it for a minute, but like with this, I told you we were not going to back down off of this subject matter till the truth came out, and I feel the truth is definitely out now. Like I told all these other little channels and stuff in my videos, I word to the wise, you know, y'all look dumb as fuck right now. You know, this whole situation, like it. Come on, bro. Like I'm not even straight up. I'm not even the one that was pushing for. Obviously, I wanted to see AJ versus the top name like Deontay Wilder. I wasn't even somebody who was pushing for the Dillian White. Like I didn't even really want to see that the most. You get what I'm saying? But it's like a hospital. You know how hospitals have a triage? Get you wrote in a triage, biatch. Right? A triage, if a motherfucker got a bullet in the head and he's like, hemorrhaging, he's probably gonna get seen before the guy who has like a paper cut. You know what I'm saying? Drake, Hearns, Hearns. Oh my. So it's like a triage. Wilder obviously was the fight I want to see the most. Then I want to see Tyson Fury. Then I want to see Luis Ortiz. You know, so that's my triage. AJ versus those guys. But if he was not going to fight any of those people, any of them, then Dillian White would probably like be between Dillian White and like Kubrat Pulev and motherfuckers like that. then yeah, I would, and even the Gerald Miller. And the reason I would award Dillian White the fight over Miller is Miller's my dude, but White had a stronger 2018. He knocked out he fought two former champions, Lucas Brown, Joseph Parker, knocked Brown out violently on HBO. Then he did a pay-per-view in the UK that probably did with Joseph Parker, former champion, knocked him down twice, something that AJ didn't even do. He didn't even hurt. AJ never looked like he really even hurt Parker, and it wasn't visible. And then he beat Parker, and then he fought a grudge match where I thought he lost the first fight with Dereck Chisora, and then he violently knocked him out. So yes, that trumps Gerald Miller's 2018. So both guys are like, they were kicking down the door of a title shot, but to me, Dillian White has earned it more based on who Eddie Hearns put him in there with and who he got to prove himself against. He climbed up the ladder. So I see why Dillian White is feels dejected and is in here exploring his options, because he was sitting up here, Eddie Hearns' guard dog. When Eddie Hearns wanted to put a buffer between the Wilder and AJ fight happening, he not sucked, that sounds weird. He sicked, is that a word? How do you sick your dog on someone? How do you say it past tense? I try to say suck and shit. That don't sound right. He sicked? Is that a word? I'm tripping. How do you say the past tense of like sick someone's dog on? Whatever. Fuck it. We fetched. Yeah, but I wanted to use the word sick. Anyway, he chose to sick his dog Dillian White on Wilder. That didn't go anywhere. So Dillian White didn't get that. Someone said sank. This is not the Titanic, motherfucker. Motherfucker talking about sank. Anyway, he sicked his dog on Wilder. Then he never even got the shot. And, Dillian White is a good fighter, and he's climbed up the ladder since he lost to AJ. We know that. So the bottom line is this. He climbed his way up the ladder, so I think he's more deserving if we're talking about just Miller versus White. So I see why Dillian White's probably pissed, because he was like, Eddie Hearns' enforcer, and then he wasn't taken care of. He thought he was doing all this for a purpose to get a shot at a guy he don't really fucking like in AJ. And then AJ, that's what I'm saying. All this UK shit, UK looking funny style right now. I'm just gonna say it like that. I love the UK, but y'all looking funny right now. What was the point of AJ being not ringside for Wilder Fury, the fight that he really wants to fight, but being ringside for Dereck Chisora, Dillian White, which wasn't even on DAZN, might I add. And then what was the point of AJ half-ass getting in the ring, right? I'm telling you, it looks so ugly. We stayed on this subject matter for so long, and I have so many different ways to slice y'all. It's not even fucking funny. So, AJ, when Wilder said, "I'm coming to the Parker AJ fight for sure," I will. I'm so frustrated right now. AJ says, "No, you not getting in my ring." Remember, he's like, "It's my ring. I don't like fake promotion. I don't like fake hype." Then why? What was the point of AJ not being at Wilder Fury, but being at Dereck Chisora, Dillian White, and then after White brutally knocks out Dereck Chisora, AJ got kind of halfway in the ring on the turnbuckle and had a mic, and then him and Dillian White were talking shit. If you're gonna fight Miller, I thought AJ doesn't like to participate in fake promotion. Am I lying? Didn't AJ say when Wilder wanted to get in the fucking ring? That's what I'm saying. There's too many inconsistencies. I eat y'all for breakfast. It's like that. There's no way you can out debate me on this subject. AJ said he don't like fake promotion. That's therefore Wilder didn't have a signed contract, was not allowed in the ring. So why did he go to Dereck Chisora, Dillian White, and get up on the apron and go back and forth, and then do an interview with Sky talking about Dillian's an idiot. He's an idiot. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay, do the people want me to fight? You know, what was the point of all that? He said, do the people want me to fight white? Okay, I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear anything. If the people want me to fight white, what was the point? So how is that any different than you didn't have a signed contract then? Obviously, if you're gonna fight Gerald Big Baby Miller, so you didn't have a Dillian White. If this motherfucker might sign with Al Heyman, oh my gosh, these dudes. That's what I'm saying. There's so many. It's over. Listen, Drake, the guy that was hiding his kid from the world, but didn't want to hide the world from his kid. Drake. I promise you, it's new media came in and fucked the game up. That's the way I came up. I came up. I came to get the flame up. Came to fuck the game up. Now I'm butt fucking this game in a oh my god. Let me stop, bro. We came to fuck the game up, put the flame up. Like a pitcher we had to change up. We threw you a curveball. We serve raw. I get some C4, let it blow like Lou Rawls when I Lou Rawls and new draws and let me stop, bro, before these bars come out, bro. I said I get some C4, let it blow like Lou Rawls and new draws and take out a few of y'all when I bars. Let's get it. Smash the like button, man. We fucking working. These other suckers jerking. They circle jerking. You get chewed. I'm tough like beef jerky. Anyway, it's over. It's old media. That shit. Hey, bro, y'all getting sliced up. It's the infamous digital mob, bro. It makes no sense. AJ said he don't like fake promotion. Then what was the Dereck Chisora? I mean, the Dillian White interaction. What was up with the Dillian White interaction jumping on the apron? Someone said sick did. Hell no, that don't sound right. Man, we could keep going. So now, like, here's the other thing. Hey, new video, fuck you. Hold on, y'all know the vibe. Listen, I'm just gonna show y'all the view because this is how we living. Every life is peachy. You know what I'm saying? we just. Oh my god. Hey, I don't want to hear that. Listen, stop arguing with them. There's no way they are fucking with us with this subject. It don't matter what they say because it's some bullshit. Whatever these man fans is talking about, ignore them because it's some dumb shit. There's too many ways to slice this situation. Smash the like button. We working, bro. Here's another reason. Man, I could keep going. We ain't even done enough. There's new media is all over it. All right, so when here's another way new media was accurate. Your boy Ego was accurate, right? How come DAZN, they did that interview at the Canelo fight week with AJ, and they said, "Oh, if it's up to you, who you want to fight next?" The first name out of his mouth was Ortiz, Miller, White, Wilder, blah blah blah. No, they said if it wasn't Wilder, who you want to fight? He said Ortiz. I did videos about it. I said great fight. Why isn't Ortiz? Why is it just between? Okay, Dillian White's pissed. Wilder and Fury are probably gonna fight each other. Why is Luis Ortiz? Why wasn't he never sent a proper offer? Now he's on some Cuban card, huh? Block A1 middleweight. That's what's up. This dude said your breath stink. Once again, a dude, he act like he in the room with me, dummy. Block A1 middleweight. Clap him. I want to see that. I want to see his name get violated. Anyway, why did he mention Ortiz? Again, clout chasing. Vegas is doing the boy right, except for I lost money in his fucking slots. So what was the point of Luis Ortiz? Why wasn't he sent a proper offer? You know, why is it just between Miller, White, and that's it. You know, this is a bad look, yo. Bad look, and this is what I've been telling you. A bad look, and it's becoming more and more evident. There's nothing y'all can say. My mind is made up, and it's not just like it was made up overnight. It's just there's too much facts and inconsistencies from Team Joshua. What's popping, Eric? You know, AJ said you don't like fake promotion, but then you jump in the ring after, and like Dillian White's moment and get on the mic saying, "Oh, do the fans want me to fight Dylan? Dylan, I'll fight Dylan." What was that then? You know, you mentioned on DAZN you want to fight Ortiz. You said his name before you said White or Miller. They said, if I can't get Wilder, who you want to fight? He said, Dylan. I'm going to fight Dylan. But you're not fighting Dylan or Luis Ortiz, from the sounds of it. Then Eddie Hearn, he talking about, oh, we ain't even done enough. Then Eddie Hearn just said, oh, it's for a UK fighter, it's mandatory you come to America and sow your royal oats or whatever the fuck you talking about, right? Okay. Why the sudden change? How you turned down $50 million because you didn't like the location. Now you love in America. Make that make sense. Drake, make that make sense. You turned down 50 million plus a 50% pay-per-view upside just to not fight in America. And now you about that life of fighting in America. You can't wait to and it's mandatory that even UK fighters fight in America. And that would be a hell of accomplishment, beating a New Yorker in New York. That's what Eddie Hearn just said. So why wouldn't it be a huge accomplishment beating Wilder for $50 million, 50% pay-per-view? The guy that was hiding his kid for the world didn't want to hide the world from his kid. Why wasn't the big accomplishment fighting for $50 million in front of all the people that wanted to see that part? $50 million? How is that different? Now it's this massive accomplishment beating a non-champion, a guy who's never been a champion, a guy who's not even fought the guys as good as Jarrell Miller. I think is good, but I don't think he's fought anyone even as good as him. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, he has not fought like somebody that I would be like, oh, okay, that guy is gonna give Jarrell Miller some real issues, you know. Now you want to fight in America. It's new media, man. Y'all get the brakes beat off you. Fucking Jiffy Lube. We beat the brakes off y'all. These dudes are getting bodied. They are really out here getting bodied, though. Like, now you want to fight in the USA. So when everybody in America was begging for you to fight our American champion, you said you had to do it. You said, I'm gonna do it for the UK. Okay. You said you had to put on for the UK. Now all of a sudden you want to fight in America, huh? For less money. Shout out to Ginger Ale. Make this make sense, yo. Make it make sense. You had to do it for the UK. But now you're going to come to America to fight for less money. Because the world knows you ain't making $50 million fighting Jarrell Miller. Then the other thing that was kind of cockamamie that Eddie Hearn said to me was Eddie Hearn says, oh, it's UK British fighters beating a New Yorker in New York. It would be so amazing. And, to see Joshua sell out 22,000. I don't know what got you gassed because Canelo did it versus Fielding. You are not Canelo! Drake! Canelo? Like, what are we talking about? Canelo is different. I was born ready. Canelo has been since he was 19, 18 maybe, but I want to say 19, he has been in America strong. Canelo is a boss. Canelo has been he's been like infused or siphoned into the American boxing market for really 10 years since he was 18 or 19. He's 28 now, I think. 28, 29. So for 10 years, he's been introduced to the boxing populace in America. So whatever he can do is not what you could do. That's like saying because Canelo can sell out Azteca Stadium in Mexico, AJ will do it. We're talking about different regions. Canelo is already certified in certain regions. People fuck with him. You know, so Eddie Hearn's talking about 22,000 versus Miller, but he hasn't even put like, oh my gosh, Tiger. Listen, they didn't even go about it well. That's how I know they got caught with their pants down. They weren't expecting all this Tyson Fury shit and things to go the way they did, because if anything, you should have been building up Jarrell Big Baby Miller in main events in New York. Let's see what man, Jacobs is my guy. I'm so happy for him that he got the big fight with Canelo. He's gonna make a lot of money and he has a huge opportunity. But Jacobs doesn't even sell out in the New York venues, right? And he has a likable story. Fuck around, fought Triple G, blah blah blah. But he still needs the dance partner. You know, obviously the Canelo fight will sell out. You get what I'm saying? So Jacobs is actually not. He hasn't even done better numbers in New York than like Wilder's big fights in New York, like the Luis Ortiz fight, right? And then Miller was fighting on co-features on Jacobs's card, right? So, if anything, Eddie Hearn should have been trying to put Jarrell Miller in proper fights as a main event in New York to see his star power or help his star power grow to the point where now you just hear me out. Now you got two unproven New York main events, right? And you're expecting to do 22,000. Do you get what I'm saying? Like Jarrell Miller, name a successful like card that he headlined in New York. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like this is not a knock on him. If you guys can think of one, let me know. I'm just telling you, name a card like it's like Wilder Fury. They had never been on pay-per-view, so no one knew what the fucking numbers gonna be because they had never been on American pay-per-view. So that was at least an anticipated fight. I don't know how much this is anticipated, but Matchroom didn't even do a good job of building Jarrell Miller into a main eventer in New York. But then now you're going to put him on like a main event with Anthony Joshua and expect to do 23,000, 22,000 or whatever Eddie Hearn said. That don't, that don't really make sense to me. So if anything, I think Eddie Hearn should have put Miller in tougher fights so the public would get behind Jarrell Miller and be like, okay, dude just knocked out Parker, Luis Ortiz, whoever, and then they would buy the hype of the Anthony Joshua. I'm telling you, the greater the threat or the greater the curiosity, the better the fight will do. Listen, remember I said this to you. The greater the fight, like the threat level, or the greater the curiosity of the matchup, the better the fight will do. Like Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia. There's a lot of curiosity there because we don't know what Mikey's going to look like at 47. He could look like a fucking monster. Errol Spence might beat the brakes off him, So there's curiosity there. Same thing with Mayweather McGregor. I don't know what you're thinking. Fuck the Mayweathers. Like, it's just a huge curiosity thing. Like, what is Conor going to do? What if Conor kicks him in the head or some shit? So the greater the threat level, like a good matchup, threat level, or the greater the curiosity, the better the fight will do. So to enhance that, They should have been putting Jarrell Miller in there with more like live dogs to show what he could do, kind of like what they did with Dillian White, and then people would believe in the matchup more. You get what I'm saying? Because like so far beating Dog Bandinu, that's cool for his career, but AJ's clearly a step up. You know, that's clearly a massive jump up in class. You know, we know AJ's a good fighter and a gold medalist. So the allure I don't see is gonna, I don't think is gonna be there like they think. And again, you can't compare to Canelo fighting a Fielding because Canelo fought on Mayweather undercards. He's been introduced to the American public. Joshua hasn't, and Jarrell Miller hasn't. He said Jarrell Miller's making a lot of noise. Block Jose Romero. He said Jarrell Miller's making a lot of noise. But he doesn't put him in those fights. Mosquito, these motherfuckers stay mad, but they keep coming back. Fuck them. You already know what it is. If they mad, but then they keep coming back, you already know what it is. It's Bracken. Shit, I'd rather see AJ fight Briggs in New York. They always hating with no pick. A bunch of shit houses. At least the Briggs would be a fun ass build up. Yeah, champ. I said yeah. AJ. AJ. Yeah, apple juice. Let's go, champ. Yeah, champ. That shit would be funny as fuck. But it's funny how Luis Ortiz was never, he was called out. Remember? And these idiots couldn't run. Listen, these idiots couldn't rush to, I mean, they couldn't race to, they couldn't wait to, fucking talk, like report about, oh, Joshua, because they thought, oh, he finally did it. He called out Luis Ortiz. Yeah, that was short lived. That was short lived because it doesn't look like Luis Ortiz was even sent an offer. So that wasn't real to me. But Joshua again says he don't like the fake hype. He don't like the fake hype. Why'd you call out Ortiz? Like, you know, it doesn't look good. Because like why you calling out all these people? I mean, he can do whatever he wants. He's a grown ass man. But he doing like he just did a freestyle rap and he's like, I guess, dissing these people, but you're not fighting them, so nobody, you know, how's that not fake hype? You randomly doing a fucking BET cipher about people you're not fighting. You know, you called out Ortiz, you're not fighting him though. You know, and see, that's what I'm saying. Eddie Hearns, Barry Hearns, or whoever, Team Joshua, AJ, one of them, somebody, they don't want the real smoke because Luis Ortiz, in fact, has actually done solid numbers alongside with Deontay Wilder in New York. That's where Wilder fought him, in New York at the Barclays. So even Luis Ortiz has done a New York venue and did 14,000, 15,000 with Deontay Wilder. And he's fought for a title. So why didn't AJ fight? Okay, Wilder won't answer your emails, Tyson Fury's playing or whatever, Dillian White's mad. Why not fight Luis Ortiz in New York? He's actually main evented in New York and did good numbers with Wilder and already fought for a title, and the world's seen that Ortiz was with the shit and gave Wilder a tough-ass fight. So why didn't you go after Luis Ortiz? Because that would have made more sense. So like I'm not knocking. I'm just being real. Name a Gerald Big Baby Miller main event in New York that outsold Wilder Ortiz. That was something that Luis Ortiz was a part of. I got the numbers in my email. The Luis Ortiz Wilder fight I think did 14,500, 14,500, 15,000 roughly. Didn't Ortiz main event against Jennings? Yeah, that was New York too, I think. Wow, that's what I'm saying. So that would have been that. If you gonna do Madison Square, why don't you do it with somebody? He's more of a proven commodity in terms of the resume names. He beat Jennings before anybody. You know, I know Jennings just lost yesterday. Um, rest up, get well soon. But he beat Jennings before Rivas and all that. You know, no, actually, Klitschko had beat Jennings. See, I catch myself because I know my boxing. Klitschko did beat Jennings first. You know. Ugh. Yeah. So if anything, even if you wanted, my thing is this: if you wanted this is how I know they didn't have time to plan because they didn't expect none of this shit. They didn't expect Joshua's fall from grace because, truth be told, if you really did this the right way or planned for this to happen, then you would have put Gerald Miller and test his star power in New York and put him in like a tough fight, see how many people show up and whatnot. And you would have been building him in New York, not in Kansas and all this other shit, you know. But and the other thing here, I could keep going, bro. Um, I got the flyer. It says AJ's coming a home. AJ's a coming. AJ's coming home. AJ's next two fights at Wembley. So why is he not fighting in April now? Why is he fighting in June in the US? That's how you know. That's how you know Death Row East. Because they knew that I was gonna get in the elevator, niggas were gonna try to blow my head off. They knew. The prodigal son has returned. What happened to AJ's coming home? That you got unseated at a Wembley. You do not have a Wembley fight that you want to take that could facilitate 100,000. I got tweets from Eddie Hearns talking about we're scaling. That's what I'm saying. They were arrogant. I got tweets from Eddie Hearn talking about, oh yeah, Joshua, his next fight in April is gonna be scaled up to 100,000. But now you're not even fighting at Wembley. It sounds like. So what happened to the 100,000 scale up? Why don't you bring Gerald Big Baby Miller? See, that's what I'm saying. See, oh my God. Okay, listen. Hey, listen. Let me stop, cause y'all getting body bagged. I just thought of a good point. If y'all want me to body bag this shit, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? I just thought of a great point right now. Listen, if y'all want me to body bag this with this point, I hope and pray somebody tries to challenge this point. Can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? I'm gonna show you how it's done. I got this. You are watching a master at work. All right. Somebody say when. Listen to this point. Tell me if this don't make sense. Say when. Say when. I got y'all. Told y'all. New media, digital mob. I told y'all I got y'all. Say when. Cannon, you are watching a master at work. All right, Pete. Fact or fiction? AJ is more proven in the UK than Gerald Miller is proven in New York in terms of star power selling out venues. Fact or fiction? So basically, AJ is more of a proven sellable commodity in the UK than Gerald Miller is for New York, as a main event. Okay, everybody says fact. I agree. So why are you leaving Wembley? Why not? Why make the Gerald Miller fight in New York? Why not take the Gerald Miller fight to Wembley? That's the venue you have. You already had it locked. You let the whole world know. Remember, AJ was doing all them videos about saying he wanted Wilder, and he was like, "Oh, I have the date. We have the date. We have the venue. We have the date venue." So why are you backing off of the April date? You know, then they were talking about they were going to use it for Kell Brook and Amir Khan, because Amir Khan did his own thing. Now he fighting Terrence Crawford. So, once again, why don't you bring the great fight to where AJ has been fighting? Because you know even the UK fans ain't going to come out in droves, and you don't want you don't want AJ to have a fight that is reported that it definitely hasn't sold in, not in his backyard. You know what I'm saying? Like New York is a new venture. You feel me? Like New York is a new thing for AJ. So even if it doesn't do well, that doesn't really hurt AJ because he's never been in that market. But it would be more embarrassing if AJ was supposed to be this money man back at home and he did 90,000, 78,000, 80. They always bragged about numbers. So if you bring the Gerald Big Baby Miller fight to the UK, you know it's not going to sell out. That's why. That's what I believe. You know that won't sell out in the UK because you know even the UK fans are growing tired. They're growing. They motherfucking tired. They tired of the politics. They tired of the games, and the UK fans are becoming hip to it too. And you know. So it's more. I would rather take a L outside of my region than take a L inside my region. I'm not talking about L as in losing a fight. I'm talking about L in terms of like, damn, you can't sell out at home versus like if you're not from England, you don't sell out in England. Okay, that's cool. But if you're from there and then you've always been referenced with the numbers you do and all this stuff, you know, that would look more damaging if Joshua did a fight that wasn't up to UK expectations. So anyway, why back off? I thought you were scaling the Wembley to 100,000 seats. Why not bring Gerald Big Baby Miller over there for that fight? Because they know it's not going to do the numbers. So they'd rather put it in a smaller venue. Madison Square Garden holds 21, 22,000. Wembley holds 100,000 at its best. So, and like I said, it's a new endeavor. So you're not going to really hold it against him if in America he doesn't do crazy numbers because he hasn't really been introduced to the American market. But at home, that would be a bad look. Why are you, man? Hey, block this motherfucker. Hassan Ali, block him. I'm not even speaking to you. Bro, you got to pay me if you want to speak to me. Block him. Listen, we not doing it. New media, we so ahead of the pack. We not doing it. If you're just like I've been on here bumping my gums talking for almost an hour, and you just talking about why you hating. We not buying it. Tell me what I'm hating on in your comment. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing no hot seats, nothing. Unless I know what we're debating and what you disagree with, I'm not doing it. Because they trying to cause distractions. They're only here to cause distractions. Period. I've stated my case for the last 45 minutes. He didn't say one word. He just said, why you hating on AJ? Nope, we're not doing it. We're not playing that game. Because out of 45 minutes worth of content talking about this subject, you have yet to say one thing that you disagree with. You have yet to say one thing. I'm not even wasting my breath. My breath costs. That breath costs money. I'm not even wasting my breath on no clown shit. If you want to have a hot seat debate, you tell me what you disagree with. Period. We can do a hot seat. That's not ever an issue. But you gotta tell me what you disagree with up front. Just all that, oh, you're hating, oh, you're a hater. No, we're not doing that. Because that don't prove nothing. Prove me wrong. That's what I'm waiting for. Prove me wrong. Say what I said that was wrong. So tell me that Luis Ortiz didn't deserve an opportunity. Dillian White didn't have a better 2018 than Miller. Prove what I'm saying wrong. I don't care about you're a hater, because it sounds like you hating because you randomly trying to disagree without presenting anything. So yeah, we're not playing that game. Getting sucked into that dumb shit. Anyway, Ortiz would have been a great fight, and again, he's been in New York, and They only here to cause confusion, only here to cause distractions. Exactly. Shout out to King Corleone. That's what I'm saying. Ortiz would have been the best, in my opinion, best non-Wilder Fury fight. Without considering like, Joe Joy. I don't really consider Joe Joyce, Daniel Dubois yet because that would be a massive step up. I want to see them develop more, and then those would be future fights. So anyway, now all of a sudden AJ want to fight in America. It's funny. You know what the funny thing is? I'm gonna say it like this. They say like, "Oh, you're a PBC lover, or you're on Wilder's dick, a Wilder fanboy." But the thing is, just the people. But like me personally, I don't give a fuck what you say about me. You know. But like that Wilder fanboy shit, that doesn't hurt me because I care about the truth. And if you don't happen to like the truth, that's your fault. I don't really care, you know. But the funny thing is this that I noticed: the people when they get mad at what you're saying, even though it's true, they say you're a Wilder fanboy. But the funny thing is, okay, that's cool. I'm a Wilder fanboy. All right, but peep this: Wilder is not actually out here saying a bunch of shit that makes me look crazy. So I would say I'm on the side of the truth, the 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 consistent truth, the more consistent thing. Why? Like I'll do an interview. I mean, not an interview. I'll do like a live stream and I'll say my point. Wilder is not coming out here and saying the complete opposite of what he said that made me defend him or whatever the situation is. Meanwhile, Team Joshua is consistently shitting on old media that are trying to protect him. What I mean is they'll throw out something, oh, the money's not real, yeah. And then old media will bite and run with it. And then later Eddie Hearn will do an interview like, oh yeah, I don't doubt the money. I don't doubt that. But y'all just said the money wasn't real. That's the difference. Y'all should the old media shit, they just be running with whatever and they're always made to look stupid, right? When the 50 million Wilder offer was in discussion, they said, "Oh, yeah, AJ's right. He's the A side. Wilder should have to travel to the UK." That was their whole talking point, right? Or one of them. Wilder should travel. AJ's he calls the shots. Make Wilder's ass travel. All right, fair enough. But then why is AJ now willing to travel to America? I thought your whole talking point was Mr. A side AJ, A side Anthony was supposed to fight in the UK. See, that's what I'm saying. So Team Joshua got y'all, chasing your tail, running in circles because y'all quick to co-sign what they say, and then they always make you look stupid because they back off of it or switch it. I thought AJ was the one that calls the shots, and if he says UK, it needs to happen in the UK. This is what they were arguing, you know. Then AJ does a DAZN interview, and he calls out Luis Ortiz. Fair game. They do videos, and yeah, he called him out. Are you guys motherfuckers happy? No, because we haven't seen a contract that's reasonable sent to Luis Ortiz. Now you don't even hear Luis Ortiz's name being mentioned as a front runner or anything, and now Luis Ortiz is fighting his own fight because his career must go on. He's fighting on the Edislandi Lada card because he was never offered anything. He told you this. He said, I don't see the AJ fight happening. You know? So it's just looking horrible for y'all. Smash the like button. It's looking crazy for y'all. Y'all did all this. Y'all defend all this. AJ didn't let Wilder in the ring. Y'all like, yeah, AJ's right. There's no signed contract. Sign the contract, big boy. I don't like the fake hype and trash talk. Why should AJ promote Wilder without a signed contract? All right, cool, fair enough. But then why did AJ jump on the apron and talk trash talk with Dillian White and call Dillian White an idiot if he was gonna fight Gerald Big Baby Miller? You know what I'm saying? And then I think Miller said that he couldn't even be near Joshua at the Chisora fight. It's looking crazy. It's looking crazy. That's what I'm saying. So like all the stuff that these dudes tried to convince us of, all the stuff they try to convince, and all these points that y'all try to back up, you look foolish as hell. You look straight up crazy. Straight up crazy. Because you try to validate and co-sign and justify, and it makes sense to you, and then weeks, months later, you have to take a whole different standpoint. You know, and then Eddie Hearn, like I said, just keep it transparent. He said Gerald Miller's making a ton of noise. What noise? You haven't even put him in a big fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? You haven't put him in a massive fight. His fights when he was with PBC were probably tougher. The Fred Kasi and Gerald Washington, those were better wins than Dog Bandinu to me. You know, those are just stay busy fights for him. I knew Gerald Miller was going to win those. So, you know, good luck to Gerald Miller. I'm happy he got a paycheck, but I mean, Eddie Hearn got some explaining to do. And he keeps throwing it out like, I'm done, bro. He keeps throwing it out there that, oh yeah, this is not the fight AJ wants. Then you're his promoter. How can't you give, like, okay, here. I'm done. I just thought of another point. This is too easy for me. So I'm about to go get my credentials. If y'all want me to drop this last point, smash the like button and can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? This is really getting too easy for me. And it's like, it's almost embarrassing to be honest. If y'all want me to drop this last point on y'all, man, this is... All right. Eddie Hearns always referenced Joshua as the man, A side, you know, big bank take little bank, right? He keeps saying, like in this interview, he says, here, I'll play it for you, because I'm not really with the bullshit right now. I want to jump straight to it.
All right, let's talk.
He's not Anthony Joshua's first choice, but I know he's ready.
See?
And I know he's one.
He said Miller ain't Joshua.
Miller right now is the front runner.
Not necessarily. But don't be surprised to see Anthony Joshua on the zone in June against Big Baby Miller in this very building.
You think Big Baby Miller right now is the front runner?
Not necessarily. He's not Anthony Joshua's first choice, but I know he's ready.
All right, simple question, eh? He said, so Gerald Big Baby Miller, you would say he's the front runner? He said, not necessarily. It's not Anthony Joshua's first choice. But he just finished. Oh my God. Tiger! He just finished. I'm done, bro. This is like picking on somebody with like a disability. Like this is like, you know, it's like a kid or something.
Joshua on the zone in June against Big Baby Miller.
Listen.
For me, if he can't get Wilder or Fury or Dillian, he must come to America, and JARREL would be at the front of that queue. But don't be surprised to see Anthony Joshua on the zone in June against Big Baby Miller in this very building.
You think Big Baby Miller right now is the front runner?
Not necessarily. He's not Anthony Joshua's first choice, but I know he's ready. And I know he's one of the few guys.
Why is that bad? Why is what bad? I'm gonna put y'all motherfuckers in the hot seat. What do you mean, why is that bad? Listen, I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break it down real quick. This man just said, if he can't get Wilder, Fury, or White then he says Gerald Big Baby Miller's at the front of the queue, right? He also says, don't be surprised if you see Gerald Big Baby Miller versus AJ in this very building. And then the question was, so did you say that Gerald Miller's the front runner? Eddie Hearn says, not necessarily. How is that not necessarily when you just said that Gerald Miller's in the front of the queue if you can't get Wilder, Fury, or or White? White's mad at you. You acknowledged that on this interview. You said Wilder is not even responding to you. And Tyson Fury, his team, Frank Warren, did an interview and says that, they got a derisory offer, a terrible offer. So how is that? So how is he not the front runner? On top of if he were to fight Fury, like forget the fact that the WBC ordered Wilder Fury 2. Let's just forget all of that. But even beyond that, you would have to figure out DAZN, BT Sports, Sky Sport, how that would even work out. And then on top of that, you said we should have an announcement in a week. So once again, Team Joshua clout chasing, because the realities that are in front of us really stipulate that in a week's time, you're not going to get a Wilder fight hashed out, most likely, especially with the WBC ordering the Tyson Fury fight. You're not going to get a Tyson Fury fight when Frank Warren says that you try to backdoor him and send the offer to Tyson Fury directly. Plus, you have the BT Sport, Sky Sport thing would have to be hashed out. Plus, Wilder Fury 2 looks like it's going to happen, right? And Dillian White is thinking about leaving you in your case-by-case basis, fight-by-fight basis, and he's in Vegas right now, and you acknowledge that he's mad on you. But then the question was so simple, is Gerald Miller the front runner? You say not necessarily. How is that not necessarily? Somebody let me know. How is that not necessary? It sounds like all roads really lead. But once again, they're clout chasing to try to create this stigma that Wilder doesn't want it or there's hope for Wilder. Like these are old promoter games. Top Rank did that with Pacquiao. Name all these great fights and then threw in Chris Algieri or somebody. The least fight that people wanted, and then that's the fight that they made. Like, come on, man. It's so easy to see this stuff. You can't even admit that. That's what I'm saying. That's how I know you can't even admit that Miller is the front runner. But then everything you say supports him being the front runner. Here's the last point. That wasn't even the point. That's just an add-on. But this shit is too easy. I'm gonna tell y'all like this. So he noticed he keeps throwing this out there that this is not AJ's doing. It's not his first choice. This is what they keep saying for AJ. He keeps fighting people that weren't his first choice. So maybe the problem is you. Maybe you're undercutting him, lowballing him, or whatever. Clearly. Because how come these fights aren't getting done? But anyway, he keeps throwing this out there that it wasn't AJ's first choice and it's not what he wants, blah, blah, blah. And Gerald Miller, because he's not going to price himself out. So even though he's not the front runner necessarily, Gerald Miller won't price himself out. Basically, you can offer him a lot lower money and, he's a lot less, I guess, proven in terms of like the higher echelon. We don't really know. Barry Hearns even said that. He said that Gerald Miller, we don't really know how good he is. But power-wise, is definitely not up there with Wilder. He doesn't have a Fury resume or anything, or a victory over Klitschko like Fury, etc. But anyway, they keep talking about how AJ is the A side, right? They talk about how he's the A side and he's so big, and Max Kellerman, for whatever reason, on First Take when AJ was there, said he's bigger than Canelo, and I told y'all that was crazy. But speaking of Canelo, since Max Kellerman said that and y'all co-signed it, how come Canelo is fighting Daniel Jacobs? So Canelo wanted to fight Jacobs, and he got Jacobs. AJ wants to fight Wilder, Fury, and Luis Ortiz and all these other motherfuckers, but none of them are happening. So you tell me what's up. There are two A sides. Canelo's the A side, and you keep saying AJ's the A side. So what's the problem? How come the AJ A side factor keeps pitting him against people that he doesn't want to fight? Meanwhile, Canelo, he wanted to fight Edeslandi Lara fight. He told De La Hoya, I want Lara, you know. Then he came and got the Lara fight. He wanted a Mayweather fight. They made it happen. You know, he wanted Golovkin when he wanted him. It happened twice. He wanted Daniel Jacob. Now he's fighting him. Stop it. Stop playing with me, man. So how's Canelo keep getting what he wants, and he's the A side? Whoever the fuck he wants to fight, that's who he fights. So something's wrong with somebody's math or something. I'm out.